is of the Mitsubishi Zero. This is the A6M2, and this is a 1/24 scale model, and there's the dimensions there. It's absolutely enormous, 193 pieces, and it is by Trumpeter, and it's a very large box. There's the painted version of it. Let's have a look on the other side. It's another side there. Some is painted. Let's have a look inside this box. It's a very large box, and this is a very large model. It actually fills the box. Let's have a look at all these sprues, instructions and decals, and lots of parts here to go through. So, first of all, here we have our tires, and these are actually rubber, and I'm not sure what these parts are for, but over there, this must be the caps on the end. And here we have some metal pieces and a spring. We'll have to see what those are for. Some photo etched parts, and then looks like parts for the behind the instrument panel. We'll just see where these go. These might be actuators for the flaps or ailerons, and looks like our landing gear there. It's kind of flexible. Over here we have our canopy. We have it, this is the either open or closed. This is the front. You can see here the detail, middle, and then the rear. There's our instrument panel, it's clear. Some other clear pieces, likely for inside of the cockpit. Over here we have the engine cowl, and this is typical Trumpeter quality. They really do produce really great model kits. You can see here, these are all recessed panel lines and recessed rivet lines. Look at the detail there. That is incredible. This next sprue here has fuselage parts. And again, incredible detail. Look at all those recessed rivet lines. Just absolutely incredible detail. That's a really good quality model. And this looks like these are the wing tips. Again, all those recessed rivet and panel lines. Same thing with the other side of the fuselage. This must be part of our rudder, and then probably flaps. Let's look at the other side here. You can see here the inside of the fuselage, and the other side of the flaps. Really is well molded. This sprue here, for some reason, has some molding around it, likely to protect it, because it's going to snap easily. This is the engine cowl, those flaps that open to allow the air in and out. Here we have our engine frame or brace, and then our engine parts. So this is the radial engine. Look at the incredible detail there. Incredible detail. And then the air rings, all the different pipes and tubes that go on the engine. Here's our, must be the crankshaft here. Lots of extra engine parts. This is the hub for the propeller. And then the additional pipes and tubes. Here's our spinner and exhausts over here, And there are the propellers, and everything is just incredibly well molded. Really well molded. You do see some little mold lines, but those mold lines are easily removed. Okay, this next one here, we have some engine fuselage formers. Also some nice details here. This looks like it's probably the base of the cockpit, and lots of little pieces that probably go inside the cockpit there. Incredible details, very well molded. Here are the walls of the cockpit with all the different knobs and parts. There's the other side, and over here we have our pilot's seat over there. This is just really well molded. Great level of detail there. Okay, this next screw here is some more of the accessory pieces here. This looks like our elevator, and not sure what that is. Probably parts for the cockpit here. Over here we have the other side's the elevator. Here's our stabilizer. Again, tremendous detail. Look at those recessed lines. Here we have fuel tank and our guns. Incredible detail there. Some bombs. And looks like our tail hook. Here's our wheel well covers, also tremendous detail. Parts for the wheels. Now, this is one of the marks of a great model, is having detailed wheel wells. So we have some details here. Probably need to add some things, some of the lines and pipes that go in and out. But that is a nicely molded wheel well. This shows the size of this model. I mean, it's really enormous. Tremendous amount of detail here. All those recessed panel rivet lines. We have the exhaust parts for our guns, the exit chamber. Here's the wheels, the wheel wells. We've got our ailerons. Here's the top of the wing. Again, just incredible detail. Really well molded. I'm so impressed with this model kit. So it's a very large kit. Let's have a look at our instructions. Now, here are the decals, and it doesn't look like we have a huge amount of detail on these decals, which has been a little disappointing. They're very nicely printed. We do have some details there, but not a huge amount. I'm not really familiar with all those details. Okay, here are the instructions for the Mitsubishi Zero fighter, and inside we have our parts listings. So we'll start off with the cockpit assembly. Lots and lots of details here. There's the side going in. There's the other side. Next we put our guns in. Our instrument panel is then built and mounted. Guns are then mounted, and that's all built with the seat in place. Next we start to build the engine. And as you can see, there's a tremendous amount of detail here. Okay, so it's a fuel cell and an oil tank. And then we start to put the exhausts on. And that's then mounted to the fuselage frame. It's going to be on the fuselage there. And then our cowling is put on. And then we put those into our fuselage. Tail gears then put together. The rudder's assembled. And it looks like those metal pieces there will allow you to move them around. So we then mount our fuselage together, cowlings put on. We've got our ailerons and our elevator, or flaps, actually those are flaps. Then the wheel wells, wingtips, I guess those are mobile that you can fold them up and down. We put our wings together. There's the final wing assembly. We start to build our wheels, a stabilizer and elevator. Then our main gear. So that rubber spindly thing is actually looks like it's for our brakes, brake tubing. Then our wing stabilizer then mounted on the fuselage. Some additional pieces going to the cockpit there. We start to build our propeller. And then our weapons, we've got our fuel tank and we've got 2 bombs. And everything is then mounted to the underside of the fuselage. Lastly, our canopy is put on, as well as our propeller. Now over here, this is very nice, it's in color. We have our painting and decal guide. So there's the side, here's the other side, here's from the front, underside, and then the top side. So all in all, really tremendous model, excellent detail, and very well molded.